Welcome back to Atlanta and Company. I'm Christine Pilara. Well, you've all seen the credit card commercials that ask what's in your wallet. Well, have you ever actually answered that question? Do you know all the benefits that come with the bank cards that you carry in your wallet? While you may be familiar with the rewards and the frequent flyer programs, you might be missing out on many untapped benefits that come with that card. Now, here is the shopping queen to tell us more about how you can really tap into your bank's vault. Good morning, Fatima.
Good morning.
This is a great topic, especially because I think credit cards are pretty much getting a bad rap these days. When the economy took a turn last year, they became our enemy, and they're not getting much respect. But you're saying that we can change that, right?
That's right. And the thing is as you mentioned, they've gotten a bad rap, and yes, they can, have a lot of high fees and lead to debt in some cases. But if you actually use them well, they can actually be a great convenience tool and give you a lot of protections.
How? Give us some ideas and ways.
One of them is, for example, warranty protection. How often have you bought something and it seems like Murphy's Law steps in, and just as soon as the manufacturer's warranty ends, that item breaks? But if you bought it with a card that has warranty protection, then they would actually cover it. American Express, for example, doubles the manufacturer's warranty up to an additional year. So you would just call American Express or your bank or whoever up and say, the item broke, they'll take down some details, and they will refund you the cost of that item.
I mean, I had no idea. In fact, somebody was telling me I had lost something, and they're like, did you call American Express? And I said, no. And now it's too late. It was a year ago, but it was a really nice piece of jewelry that my husband had given me, and they said they would have helped you out, and I thought, who knew?
That's right. Another protection is lost, stolen, or damage protection too, and that usually applies in the first 90 days if an item that you bought fully with the card. I mean, all of these are, the most important thing is you have to buy the item with the card, obviously, to get the protection. But if you bought it and something happens to it, then you can call them, and they will either refund you part or the entire amount for that. If you bought those favorite pair of designer jeans and suddenly, 2 months afterward the seams rip and you can't return it, call your credit card company and they will refund you the money for that expensive pair of designer jeans.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about checking accounts and how your bank can really help, work for you in that respect. Because it seems like we're always getting little fees here and there, and there's got to be ways that we can actually have it be beneficial for us to use these certain banks.
A lot of people just have their money just sitting in a checking account, and I really don't understand that, because your money could really be working for you. I mean, there are some checking accounts right now that are earning up to 4-5% interest. So that's a lot of money you could be taking advantage of.
Wow.
A great place to start to see what kind of offers are out there is bankdeals.blogspot.com. And all of that is mentioned on Atlanta and Company and my website as well. But that website lists all the best deals for both checking accounts, savings accounts, a variety of different promotions. But the checking account deals, I do want to stipulate, though, that they have a lot of criteria you have to meet. For example, you have to have a direct deposit coming into that account. The bank likes to get money coming into the account.
Of course.
And
consistently, and with the direct deposit, it's consistent.
That's right.
That's a good point.
And you have to use a debit card. While I prefer credit cards because they offer you better protections, if you are a debit card user, this could be a smart option for you.
Okay.
And with a debit card, they do require you an X number of transactions per month that you have to have. But if you are a debit card user with direct deposit, which a lot of people are, then instead of just wasting away the money, get a checking account that actually earns you interest, a nice size interest, which is much better than some CDs that are actually offering right now.
Right. And are you just recommending to people to shop around? Because there's so many options out there. I mean, can we do that? Can we just take all the information from all the various banks and say, this is going to fit my life and who I am?
That's right. You can shop around, but I think more importantly is for people to actually read the fine print. When you get a new credit card and you get that cardholder agreement and it's like mice type and you really don't want to read it, but actually take the time, maybe not to read every single word, but to glance through it and to really understand all the protections that you have. Especially with credit cards, some of the protections are through your bank, like SunTrust, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. Some of the protections are through the credit card network, like Visa, MasterCard, American Express. Okay. So they might not all be in the same place. So you do have to do a little bit of homework on your part to really understand where all the protections that you get come from. But if you do your homework, then it's a great way to save money and to protect yourself.
Okay, any other protections you want to talk about? I know you mentioned the price protection.
Well, price protection, that's right.
Okay.
You know, if you bought something and then a couple of weeks later or a month or two later, you find it for cheaper, some credit cards offer you price protection.
Really?
So you can actually get the difference back. So no longer, you know, beating yourself up of, oh my God, if I had just waited an additional month, I would have gotten it cheaper. You can call and get that difference up to, they do have certain limits of how much, and for example, it can't be, you know, purchases through the internet. It has to be at local stores, but you can get your price difference back in that way. And another type of protection, which so many banks offer, is the rental car protection. If you're renting a car, instead of shelling out big bucks to the rental agency for their insurance, charge it to your credit card, and they will protect you in case there are any accidents. They have rental car coverage. That's right.
So you don't have to go that route, and usually it's a lot more than what, you know, once all is said and done, the final bill for that rent-a-car can sometimes be $100 more than you would have anticipated.
Exactly. It can actually be almost as expensive as the rental car itself.
Right.
Yes. So putting it on the credit card saves you all that money.
Wow, great information. Thank you so much for being here.
Welcome.
And of course, they can find all the scoop on your site and our site, right? All right. And if you would like some more money-saving tips, ideas, and coupons, visit the Shopping Queen's website at shoppingqueen.com. Well, talk show